minimal effort, whereas Zach looks like he's putting a little bit of leg kick in, and he looks like he's working quite hard there. Basically, the easier you are right now, the more energy you're going to have at the end of the race. So it's usually quite a telltale sign. If you are working quite hard, kicking the legs, you tend to going to fade out towards the end of the race.
Certainly the other three all seem to be kicking harder than Richard at the moment, so he's maybe in a good place then.
Yeah, he does look super strong, super efficient. Shame about it.
That, but let's see, as he has just talked us through that.
So, yeah, on his first stroke here, he'll take a breath. So just there, and that just kills momentum as you push off the wall. You really want to breathe on that second stroke. You want to be as efficient as possible through the walls. Get a good, strong glide off the wall. If you're breathing on your last stroke in and your first stroke out, kills your momentum. You almost have to build the momentum up for the rest of the 25, and then, oh, quick again, you've got another, and you're back to square one.
Okay, so this is 1,000 meters, and we are now definitely down to 3 swimmers. So very, in fact, absolutely together there, Lowther and Laird.
That's right. Looks like Lowther is picking it back up. He'll know he's got 500 left, and Lowther, experienced 1,500 swimmer there. He's going to be able to pace this well, and the other guys there, I'm sure he's going to want to get ahead of them by the finish.
Jack McMillan, just 16 years old, the Irishman, so this
great
is
effort.
This is good stuff from him.
Yeah, and he's got a very, very nice stroke actually, a very long, lopey stroke. And like I say, when you watch him swim, he looks like he's hardly using up any energy. He almost reminds me of Duncan Scott, you know, that skinny kind of torpedo-like through the water. Again, if he could address the breathing out the walls and in the walls straight away, it's going to be easily a couple of seconds by the end of your 1,500, but it's a habit. I remember I had that habit as well, and it's difficult when you're doing the 1,500 because all you want to do is get as much oxygen in the body as possible, and you know, these guys right now will be hurting a lot, so it's kind of at this critical phase now between 900 and 1,100 meters. So I can imagine now with 400 meters to go, one of these swimmers is going to try and make a breakaway. Looks like it might come from lane 5.
So we're still pacing around that 62 mark. It's been very steady around that 61, 62s. So we're at the moment 15:30. Perhaps we wanted to go a bit faster than that. Chris Lowther, you would think, entered 15:22, would want to be around that mark. So we'll see whether he can really start to pick up the pace. I've talked to coaches before about this, and they're sort of trying to say, you know, build it through the race with you now, so apologies about that. So we are seeing, a body length of, in fact, a bit more than that now for Richard.
Yeah, you can see him really starting to apply the pressure here, and his stroke rate is visibly gone up as well, which is great. You know, this is the right time to make your move, and the last thing you want to do is finish off your 1,500 with plenty of energy.
Yep, certainly that's right, and it's well, is it almost a gap that the others are not going to be able to get back?
We'll all see in that last 100 meters, but it looks like he's usually fading away on the last parts of their races, but at the age of 18, you know, in December as well, there's absolutely no point tapering. These guys will be in heavy training. They'll be focusing on trying to finish off at 2016 season with a lot of momentum heading into 2017. So in order
for Richard Laird, he's got a gap of 3 seconds now over the other two. There's a good scrap for the silver medal though.
That's right. It looks like he's just getting faster as well.
So the last split was pretty much bang on a 61, so he should be under 15:30 here, into 15:34. So, well, as you said, it looked like Richard Laird certainly is going to get a best time here, getting the bell. 50 to go, 14:58 is his split. And it's Jack McMillan's just opened up about a second's advantage over Chris Lowther now. So that is where the contest is. But, well, we know who the winner is now. Through the final turn goes Richard Laird. South Lanarkshire swimmer is going to have this one. This has been a very solid performance from Richard. He went with the others. It was 4, then it was 3, and then it was 1. And that one is Richard Laird of South Lanarkshire, coming in 15:26.74. So he improves his entry time by 8 seconds. Good improvement from him. 15:44 was his entry time. And Chris Lowther, 15:33.12. So he's just a little bit away from his entry time, at 10 or 11 seconds. So they are the 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, very good there. Great to see a PB as well. 8 seconds. That's what it's all about, getting PBs.
That Logue fourth home, 15:42. So that strong start, and just struggled to slip with the pace. So just a little bit behind his entry time. Fifth back is John Wright, 15:55. So he's well inside his 16:10 entry time, the Aberdeen man. And Jonathan Christie there, we talked about him at the beginning of the race. He had to do a 16:05. He was entered on a 16:14. Guess what? He did 16:00. So
Brilliant.
he will be the junior champion.
Brilliant.
15-year-old, also from South Lanarkshire, show training partner
Yeah.
of Richard Laird.
Doing some real tough training at South Lanarkshire there, coached by Andy Figgins. I know some of the sessions he puts his swimmers through, so it's no surprise here seeing some really tough racing there.
So the result up on the scoreboard now, and it's Richard Laird 15:26.74, Jack McMillan 15:30.92, Chris Lowther 15:33.12. And as I said, Jonathan Christie's sixth home will be the junior champion, 16:00.89. So confirmation there, just being received. So we've got our first medals decided. They'll be given shortly. We've got a complete change of scene now as we move from 1500 to 50 freestyle with the women. B final will be up first, or second or so heat swim, so should be very, very close indeed. And then we step up to the 25s for the A final that will follow that. So they just have to wait. Looks like we've got a little technical issue here at the Rob Conway pool, so just a bit of waiting for these girls. You can see there the Glaswegian swimmer, that's Emily Horn, just down from Perth, where she trained with Stephen Milne, we talked about earlier. There, that's that Edinburgh University.
Yep, the Edinburgh University girls right now having a great competition, winning a lot of gold medals last night.
Yes, they certainly are, and that one is Lauren Mackenzie, I think, who'll be going in lane 7. She'll have two of her teammates either side of her, Evie Edwards and Hayley Monteith. We've got South Aberdeenshire's Jessica Christie. She might be the fancied one in this B final. Very fast sprinter. Emma Harvey, youngster, 15-year-old from Millfield School. A Scot as well. She could go well in lane 2. We've got the Dane Matilda Haga in lane 1. It looks like we're ready to go. So off they go. So it's there and back again here. As I said, heat times around the 26-second mark. Lane 4 does look to have a slight edge. Erin Cummins from the University of Stirling, another from the Perth stable, just in her first season at Stirling, but right below each other very well here. The Perth alumni battling it out here, and it's going to be onto the touch. Who gets it? Oh, so close. It was just 700ths in it, but Erin Cummins got it from Emily Horn. And third place, Jessica Christie. So the 1, 2, 3, Erin Cummins will be happy to go under the 26 seconds there, 25.96.
All 8 swimmers within half a second there. That's a very tight finish.
So as they leave the pool, we will shortly see the lights dim, and we'll get ourselves ready for our first A final of the evening. We'll introduce the swimmers once they come onto the blocks. As I said, all in the 25. Well, a few in the 26s, low 26s as well, but the fastest qualifier, Lucy Hope, 25.28 was her time. That was not that much ahead of the time she's entered on 24.99. Very long-standing record in the women's 50 freestyle. Alison Shepherd.
Yeah. I mean, Alison, can't forget, Commonwealth Games gold medalist back in 2002. You know, it's records are there to be broken. Wonder who's going to break her record. Hopefully soon.
Let's hope so. So they're just on their way on, making their way, and the lights come up on them. So leading them out is University of Aberdeen performance swimmer Kirsty Simpson. In lane 7 from Larne, another of the Irish swimmers, Danielle Hill. In lane 6, she broke the world deaf record this morning in the heats, time of 26.01. University of Stirling's Danielle of Aberdeen, Katie Stark. In lane 4 from Edinburgh University, Lucy Hope. In lane 3 from South Aberdeenshire, Rachel Masson. In lane 2 from City of Glasgow, Anna Fleming. And completing the field for City of Sunderland in lane 1, Freya Rayner. So that's the field. Lucy Hope, of course, a couple of gold medals to her name yesterday. Katie Stark, a strong sprinter, part of this newly formed University of Aberdeen team. Be interesting to see what they can do over the next couple of years under Patrick Miley. But it's going to be Lucy Hope, Katie Stark, Rachel Masson is the reigning short course champion. So away they go. Not too much to choose as they come out of the dive. In fact, absolutely nothing across the pool here. Lane 8, Kirsty Simpson off to an electric start, but Lucy Hope might just be first to the wall there. Let's see as they come out of the turn, and big differences in technique off the wall there, but Kirsty Simpson blitzing away, but maybe Lucy Hope is going to get her in lane 4. It's getting close there, and it is Lucy Hope who takes it, 25.07. Couple of tenths faster than she was this morning. Second was Kirsty Simpson. Great swim from lane 8 there from her, and Katie Stark will be the bronze medalist there. Anna Fleming, 25.61, and that is a new Scottish junior record for Anna Fleming there.
Yeah, looks like another world record there for Danielle Joyce, 25.81 as well.
Yeah, that's a super one. And Danielle Joyce, 25.81, also improving on the time she did, 8.1. So, wow, we've already gone 2 records then. And we're only into our first day final after the 1500 as well.
Not bad, not bad. I mean, everyone was swimming so fast yesterday. It's just goes to show how hard everyone's been working over the past 4 months, you know.
Cheer up, guys.
Yeah, it is quite hot in here, I guess, isn't it?
It is indeed, but you just see some records. You should be excited. We are. So some great stuff there. I think we're going to presentations next. We'll just wait for confirmation of that. Yes, we are. So the swimmers will make their way up to the other end of the pool. Great aerial shot there of the venue. It's just a fantastic venue, the Royal Commonwealth Pool. I don't know a pool hall like this, where it's so broad and such a sort of gladiatorial almost, with the galleries round 2 sides.
Yeah, it is. It's a very, very historic building as well. I mean, they had the Commonwealth Games here back in 1948. Great to see it refurbished and part of the Commonwealth Games in 2014 as well.
Yep, the diving was here, of course. So they are the distance medalists, and the bronze medalist was Chris Lau there from City of Glasgow.
Silver medalist wrestling, Bangor, Jack McMillan.
The silver medalist, Jack McMillan from Bangor.
And gold medalist is Scottish.
And the Scottish national champion, Richard Laird from South Lanarkshire. And make way for his teammate, also from South Lanarkshire, the junior champion, Jonathan Christie. Andy Figgins certainly knows how to breed distance swimmers, doesn't he?
Does. A lot of hard training with them, and it just goes to show, you know, when the 1500 events, the long distance events, the juniors especially, they seem to be dominating that event. It's so good to see as well. You know, you got to put the miles in early when you're a junior. You know, it's going to pay dividends when you become a senior when you're older. For me, I remember when I was younger doing plenty of 1500s, but when I was older I was I naturally dropped events, and I went from 400 down to 200, and then towards the end of my career I started focusing on the 100 as well. So without that background, without that 1500 meter background, it's simply impossible to do it the other way around.
So Katie Stark got the bronze medal there. That's Kirsty Simpson there picking up the silver from lane 8. So she can swim from her. She looks a bit puffed still. And gold medalist number 3 for Edinburgh University's Lucy Hope.
That's right, Lucy with plenty of gold medals here, swimming really, really well. She had a great summer just gone there. So we are expecting some really quality swims for her coming up with the World Championship trials. Who knows, she might be able to sneak on that team in the 100 meter freestyle.
That would be fantastic if she could. Second year at the university team from the Borders, where Alex Jordan coached her for a good number of years. It's always quite a transition, isn't it, when you go to the senior team from a development team?
Yeah, it does. There's a very big jump from junior to senior, and there's a lot of juniors that don't make it. You see it happen all the time, but you know, with Lucy there, she had one bad year. Well, not bad, but she didn't swim any PBs, but now it's great to see her back on form again.
Yeah, she's really good there so far this weekend. And we're on to the men's 100 breaststroke. This is the B final. We'll run through the one. Charlie Waddingham of University of Stirling in 2, Jack McComish of City of Glasgow in 3, Daniel Lim at Edinburgh University in 4, Chris Kerr of Warrender in 5, Cameron Muir of South Ayrshire in 6, Robert Bryce of Aberdeen Dolphins in 7, Andrew Hosey of West Lothian in lane 8. So we've got 2 Edinburgh-based swimmers. Daniel Lim, of course, formerly of Warrender, now with Edinburgh University, up against his former teammate Chris Kerr, and it's Chris who leads them as they come down the third length. 28.46 was his split at halfway, and he is best part of a body length up now as they turn for home. I'm not sure Daniel Lim, who was the fastest qualifier, but only by 200. He's not going to be able to catch Chris here with 10 metres to go. It's a pretty straightforward victory for Chris Kerr coming up here. Is he going to go under the minutes? And not quite, but a very good swim there.
Very good.
1:00.43. He came in on a 1:01.38. So
not
again,
bad. Looks like a good PB for Chris there. He's obviously been working hard recently, and sometimes for these swimmers, they'd rather be in lane 4, lane 5 in a B final than be lane 1 or lane 8 in the A final, you know. And quite often you see swimmers in the B final swimming faster than some of the swimmers in the A final because they're in that priority lane in the centre of the pool.
So Kerr, Lim and McComish, the 1, 2, 3 there. 1:01.52 for Lim, 1:02.68 for McComish. So some good swims there in the B final. And we move on to the serious stuff now. Craig Benson will be looking there. So just waiting for them to go.
Yeah, should be an exciting final coming up. Of course, Craig Benson, Rio Olympian, he'll be looking very closely at what the boys have swam out at the World Short Course Championships on at the moment. He'll be trying to get himself in amongst that top 8 over there. See what he can do here. Of course, we've got Jamie Graham, lane 5, going to be applying a lot of pressure, especially on that first 50 metres. It's going to be an exciting race.
So there's some serious contemplation going on there in the gallery as we introduce these swimmers. And going in lane 8 is Edinburgh University's Callum Tate. In lane 7, we've got Benedict Tortolano from Stirling Swim. In 6, the Irishman from Edinburgh University, Nicholas Quinn, Olympian at Rio. In lane 5, University of Stirling's Jamie Graham, also an Irishman there. Craig Benson, of course, Olympian 2 times. University of Stirling goes in 4. Lane 3, Baston Kertz from Vlaams, the Flemish team. Lane 2, Aberdeen Dolphins, Mark Campbell. And in lane 1, Ewan Ingalls, sprint specialists in lane 1 and 2 there. They'll know each other very well. What can they do here? Can either of them challenge the University of Stirling guys, Benson and Graham? You think Craig Benson will be the favourite here. He comes into this meet with a entry time 57.97, the only one to break the minute this morning.
Yeah, that's right. He's improving his start and turns these days, so expect to see a good 100 breaststroke from Craig Benson. There's going to be a lot of other guys pushing him down this first 50. seems to just take the lead there at the start, which is good for Craig.
Making it up there, and he is going to have the lead as they come up to the 50s. Maybe the best part of a metre up, 27.37 against 27.94. I can tell you that his split time this morning was 28.03, so he's well inside that by about 7/10. He's now a body length clear. Jamie Graham has second over Baston Kertz. They're the 1, 2, 3. Not too much between second and third, and quite a nice turn there from Baston, but there's only one winner here. So far, the races have been, with the exception of the 53, pretty straightforward. This one certainly is. It's Benson once more, doubling up from the 50 now to the 100. 58.03 for him. He'll be pretty happy with that, with the 57.97 that he came in, so absolutely
pretty good. And you know, it's virtually the same time there. Very good swim for Craig. He went out 27.3, which is exactly the same time he went out in the 50 last night. So
wow.
he went out hard for it, and he brought it back well. And Craig, he's more of a 200 metre specialist these days, and he used to be 100, so I feel like he's set himself up really nicely for the 200 tomorrow.
So the confirmation there, it was Craig Benson in first, it was Jamie Graham in second, and Baston Kertz in third place.
On full side, next line I have the recorder's table, so please make your way over to the recorder's table and they will.
So after the 100 breaststroke, we now turn our attention back to the women, and we've got 200 backstroke coming up. So this time it'll be 8 lengths of the pool. They're just getting those backstroke ledges sorted. Ever used a backstroke ledge, Robbie?
Yeah, only a couple times. Specialist, so back crawl is always a bit tricky for me. But yeah, there would always be in training. I'd always have a wee mess around at the end of a session. You know, it really does help the swimmer just propel themselves off that water. Off that block. You know, so before the wedges, we always had swimmers slipping off the wall, which is always such a shame. It's great to have that.
Speaking to Craig McNally a while back, he said he reckoned it was worth half a second for him.
I think so, and it just gives you that confidence as well, knowing that you're not going to slip off the wall, which is so important.
So this is the B final, and it's away. Jessica Damon of Warrender goes in 1. Caitlin Duffy of South Ayrshire in 2. Emma Scully of City of Glasgow in 3. Serena Aguarum goes for City of Glasgow in 4. Heather Mulvaney, City of Aberdeen in 5. Robin Crawford, a third swimmer from City of Glasgow, goes in 6. The youngster 13-year-old from Dundee City Aquatics, Iona McLeod, goes in 7. Danielle Joyce has had no time to recover, really. Back in the water after that world deaf record in the 50. She goes in lane 8.
That's right, looks like she's leading at the moment. And yes, it's almost like she's treating this like a training session. She's got a lot of events coming up. See if she can get another world record.
So it's Jess Damon, I think, over on the other side of the pool, the Warrender swimmer. See there in the distinctive red cap, who has the advantage. Her time in the heats, 2:18.29. So we'll see how she compares against that. Just looking at her entry time, that was an improvement on her entry time by about 3/10. So 1:06.84 for halfway mark. Right beside her now, Caitlin Bow in South Ayrshire under Byron Steriker, and so Caitlin now is maybe just edged past. It's pretty close between those two. Way over on the top of your screen there. Do you think we can see the swimmers in the centre lanes maybe make a move as we come through towards the sharp end of this race? Lane 5 is giving it a go. Heather Mulvaney, she's up into third spot, but well, she's, let's see, half a second back on the leaders, who are still locked together there in lanes 1 and 2. Looks like the Warrender swimmer just back into the lead narrowly, Jessica Damon, and well, she got a bit of an advantage through that turn there, and suddenly that lead is about a metre, and I don't think she's going to let that slip now. Heather Mulvaney is pushing hard, so in lane 7 is Iona McLeod, but there's only one winner here, and it comes from lane 1, Jessica Damon in 2:15.76. Well, she'll be very happy with that, 2.5 seconds faster than what was already a best time this morning.
Brilliant. From an outside lane, lane 1, you know, just goes to show how important those turns and the streamlining, especially off the wall, and a couple fly kicks. Use them to your advantage and you will be well on your way to being a great short course swimmer.
So Caitlin Duffy just getting second there, 2:17.30 ahead of Heather Mulvaney's 2:17.49. So there are the top three in the B final. But the winner, Jessica Damon, good swim from her, 2:15.76. And there we see her in the red cap. She has to go the width of the pool to go out. They're only allowed out one side of the pool in the finals. So
most devastating thing when the official's telling you to go, nope, the other end of the pool. And it's always very difficult when you've just finished your race just to get out of the pool as well.
They are the joys of swimming at the top level. The A final then coming up. The lights are dim. You see the silhouette of the swimmers ready to come out. This one is going to be an interesting one. Snowflakes on the pool as we see the swimmers make their move to the blocks. So in lane 8 we have from the University of Edinburgh Lauren Mackenzie. In lane 7 from Millfield School Isabel Jones. Lane 6 there Lexi Waller from Heart of Midlothian. Lane 5 we've already seen her pick up the silver medal, Kirsty Simpson of the University of Aberdeen. Anna Newlands goes in lane 4 for Edinburgh University. Natasha Houghton, one of 3 University of Stirling swimmers in the rest of the field. And she's in 3, her teammate Megan Briggs in 2, and Emily Grant goes in lane 1. So 2 swimmers on 2:09 in the heats here. Anna Newlands 2:09.25 in the heats, and Kirsty Simpson 2:09.98. They both came into the meet on 2:07s. Anna Newlands did hers at the British University short course last month, and Kirsty did hers winning this event last year. So let's see who will prevail on the night.
Yeah, it's almost hard to pick a winner right now. It's Kirsty's had a few events so far, and I'm sure she's got a couple more after this as well.
So is that code for your backing Anna?
I think so, yeah. I mean, there's Natasha Houghton as well, who's a 200 backroll specialist, so it's going to be a close race. Looks like Kirsty's taking it out hard, and you know, the race is really going to be won on the last 100 metres, and it's all about that efficiency through the first 100 metres of the race.
And certainly Kirsty has sent a little message out early on here. That's what is usually her want, actually, always goes out fast, and we'll see whether that pays off for her. She's around about a metre up coming out of the turn there. 29.63 her split, 3500ths ahead of Anna, but it looks like Anna has just about got that closed down now. Also keep your eyes on Lexi Waller, the junior here. She might have her eye on Lucy Hope's junior record, 2:08.92, so we'll keep an eye on that as this progresses. She might have an eye on higher things, in fact, because she's not that far away from the seniors here. It is now Anna Newlands has hit the front. She's 6/10ths up at halfway, 1:01.91. Simpson second, Houghton third, Waller fourth. These 4 pulling away from the rest, and a nice arrowhead now.
Looks like it's going to be a battle for silver and bronze medal here. Tasha Houghton with a great underwater there, so it's going to be key come down the last 50 metres. Who can push off the wall the furthest on the last 25?
So 50 to go. Newlands goes through 1:33.89, so Lee Simpson third, Waller fourth. Maybe now it's a battle for the bronze medal, because Houghton, I think, is away, and it's looking like Simpson is paying for that fast start, and of course the fact that she's on her second race of the night, because she's now locked in battle for the bronze with Lexi Waller, and Anna Newlands is going to bring this one home ahead of Natasha Houghton. They're going to be 1 and 2, with still anyone's race for third, coming in 2:06.14 there. That's a brilliant swim from Anna Newlands.
Very good. 2:06, that's a brilliant swim. She looks very happy with that as well.
2:08.02. Natasha Houghton in second, and look who got third. It was Lexi Waller in 2:10.78. So she'll be the junior champion. She didn't really get close to Lucy Hope's junior record, but maybe another day. She's still got a whole year as a junior. But
looks like that record's going to go soon.
Anna Newlands, though, yes, as you said, should be very happy with that, you'd think. That, in fact, was faster than Kathleen Dawson's Scottish record. Of course, Anna not a Scot.
Wow.
But it shows the quality of that, because Kathleen is knocking socks off the world at in Canada at the moment.
She was going 2:05, and then she finished off her final in a 2:04. So she's done 4 Scottish records so far. What a great talent we've got from Kathleen Dawson.
So we go back to the podium now for our next presentation rather. This is the men's 100 breaststroke. The swimmers making their way out to the podium area. From Vlaams, the Flemish swimmer, Aston Kurtz. Getting a nice hand from the crowd here. It's the third year I think we've seen the Flemish team come across to Edinburgh. It's great to have them. Some very high quality swimmers they bring with them. Of course, some of them over in Canada at the moment. Jamie Craig, and our junior champion is from the heats, Andrew McIntosh of South Lanarkshire. Very promising prospect for the future. Just showing that South Lanarkshire can produce more than just distance freestylers. Winning the junior medal in the 100 breaststroke. Well done, Andrew. So our next presentation will be a junior medal there. So Lexi Waller from Heart of Midlothian. Alison Lowe, the Scottish Amateur Swimming Association Vice President and coach at Aberdeen ASC, and now involved with the University of Aberdeen programme, is making the medal presentations. Natasha Houghton there, the silver medalist, and Anna Newlands, great swim from her, is the gold.
And the Scottish junior champion representing Heart of Midlothian, Lexi Waller.
Lexi Waller then is the top Scot as well as the top junior, so not sure whether she gets 2 gold medals for that, but certainly one of them given to her there. Looks like she's being... No, she was going to get 2 golds. I think we saw there another gold coming up, so goodness gracious. She's going to have to make more room in the cabinet.
Thanks very much to Alison Lowe for giving us presentations for us.
So it's one of the joys of, well, I think all Scottish competition really is that we're very keen to bring in the best of the rest of the world, really. Certainly the best of Britain and the best of other countries as well to come and compete against the Scots. That has to be good for the Scots. What do the swimmers think about that? Are they happy to have that competition with people they don't know so well?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's always brilliant having the Belgian team here, Dutch team, Swedish team here a couple times a few years ago. So having that depth in every race is what it's all about.
So we're on to men's 200 IMB final. We've got a gap in the pool, in fact a couple of gaps in the pool here in lane 4 and lane 8. So just the 6 swimmers involved in this one. It's Andrew McIntosh of South Lanarkshire in 1. Of course, just saw him on the podium just now. Andrew Hosey of West Lothian in 2. Cameron Muir of South Ayrshire in 3. Joel O'Halloran of Derwentsside in 5. Senna de Gauls of Vlaams in 6. And Thomas Balfour of North Lanarkshire in 7. So I suspect maybe that there was a deputy actually got that medal for Andrew McIntosh, but don't know that. Joel O'Halloran now with the advantage. About a metre clear. Oh, maybe just a little slow maybe round the turn there, I don't know, into the breaststroke. Just allowed Senna de Gauls to pick up on him somewhat. Looks like he's developing into these two, although coming up well now Cameron Muir, and he is a strong breaststroker, so let's see how this develops. Still it is Joel O'Halloran with the advantage. And he'll be trying to hold on to that. He won the short course event in the ASA Northeast Regionals. So looking to add the B final win here. Still has the advantage, about half a second up, 1:34.57 going into the final 50, and it looks to be dominating here on the freestyle. Well, saying that, Senator Goals is making a bit of a move in lane 6. He's now challenging Cameron Muir for second, but no one's going to catch O'Halloran now. Into the last few meters, he's going to get it. So let's check on his time. He came in with a 2:06 this morning, proves that to 2:04 this evening. So good swim from Derwent side, northeast of England. He takes the win. Second, Senator Goals from Vlaams, 2:05.06. Just ahead, just 600ths in it in the end over Cameron Muir from South Ayrshire. And there's confirmation. The two non-starters shown there. So the 6, 2:04.11 winning time to O'Halloran.
Should be an interesting A final coming up here with Duncan Scott. He's a 200 IM specialist as well as 200 freestyle, so expecting some fast swimming from Duncan.
We saw a Scottish record, of course, in Canada from Mark Sharanek in this one earlier in the week. Do you think Duncan could get close to that?
Yeah, I really do. Duncan is just such a huge talent. He'll be keeping a close eye on what Mark's doing out there in Canada, and of course he'll be wanting to beat that. And I think yesterday he won 100th away from Mark Sharanek in the 100-metre butterfly. I think he'll be a bit frustrated, so hopefully we can see some fire from Duncan tonight and we can see another Scottish record.
He wasn't the fastest qualifier, although when you saw him this morning, he was really just on a country stroll, I think, in the second half of his IM heat swim. So I don't think we should read too much into that.
Duncan had a very tough evening last night with a 100 fly, then almost straight away with a 400 freestyle, both quality races. So yeah, this morning would have been taking it easy, having a bit of fun, and he's in lane 3, he's got the headphones on, so usually means he's in the zone.
So introducing the swimmers there in lane 8. For Warrender is George Clough. Next to him in lane 7, also from Warrender, the youngster Archie Goodburn. Luke Robbins from Millfield School goes in lane 6. Lane 5 is University of Stirling's Martin Woolton. Beside him, the fastest qualifier, as we said, University of Stirling's Callum Laurie. Then we have Duncan Scott in lane 3, University of Stirling. Kieran Preston, the breaststroke specialist, goes in lane 2 for Edinburgh University. And completing the field in lane 1, one of 2 juniors in this field, first swimmer Ryan Retson. Already picked up a number of junior medals. He'll be doing battle with Archie Goodburn for this one. That good Stirling University contingent in the front here. So expect the fireworks. Martin Woolton, of course, could be up there as well, Robbie.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's going to be a very, very exciting race coming up.
So away they go into the butterfly, and straight away it looks like Duncan Scott just edging into the lead. He's in the black cap there in lane 3. So towards the top of your screen in the white cap, that's Martin Woolton. In between them is Callum Laurie, the 3 from University of Stirling. But you can see there Duncan Scott, where we saw that 100 fly blistering pace yesterday, and he's using that skill to good effect. But Duncan, he doesn't really have a weakness across the 4 strokes, and 24.71 was his time there in the first 50. And he is now up by more than a body length. He's considerably faster than he was in the heats, but as we talked about that, he of course was maybe using that as recovery time after the exertions from yesterday. So it's Scott and Woolton as we come to halfway. Still a bit more than a body length between them. 53.33 plays 54.78, so just about a second and a half in them. Third place now. And this is a good position for Kieran Preston going into the breaststroke, because this is his strength. Callum Laurie also a pretty nifty breaststroker, but you'd expect Kieran to have the advantage here, so he might be wanting to stake his claim on the gold, on the bronze medal. But well, it's looking good for Duncan now. Let's just keep an eye on the split here as they go to the 150. Coming up to the wall, 126.51 So he would need something like a 27-second freestyle to challenge that Mark Sharanek record. Let's see whether he can do that. Robbie says he can through the final turn. He's well clear. It's certainly going to be a third gold medal for Duncan Scott here. Now just keep your eye. The clock just coming through the 150 now. 151, 2, 3. It's going to be just 153.82. Yet again, he's just hundredths away.
Oh, I'm sure that'll be really frustrating for Duncan, but nonetheless, it's virtually the same swim. I'll be quite happy with that time for a 153.8. That's a PB for Duncan. Can't say anything more than that.
No, you can't.
Looks like that hurt a lot, that race there.
Well, he has to come back later on, so Matthieu will recover pretty quickly, I guess. Martin Moulton's second there, 157.96. And we said that Kieran Preston might be in good shape for the bronze, but Callum Laurie was having nothing of that, 2:00.48. He picks up the bronze. Here you see them coming in. It was so close, but just not there. Oh, so 3 times. Absolutely just right there.
Yeah. Now I know Duncan pretty well, and I know that'll just be fuel for the fire. So each race he's going to come back at, he's going to come back stronger and stronger. And got to race again soon. So let's see what he can do.
Yep, excellent stuff, and a thrilling race to see him in such great form there. So the 1, 2, 3, just confirming that it was Duncan Scott, Martin Moulton, Callum Laurie, a 1, 2, 3 for the University of Stirling. 100 butterfly for the women now. This is the B final. We'll introduce the swimmers once we get going. Shot there of Katie Stark in lane 8. And for the University of Aberdeen, at the full field, Tara Hayworth of Lincoln Vulcans in 1. Vera Stown Hansen for Hovenstaden in 2, the Danish team. Karen Reid, Edinburgh University in 3. Jessica Christie of South Aberdeenshire in 4. Emma Harvey from Millfield School in 5. Evie Edwards of Edinburgh University in 6. Emily Horn, the City of Glasgow in 7. And Katie Stark going for University of Aberdeen Performance Team in lane 8. Lane 3 off to a strong start. That's Karen Reid, Edinburgh University. Another one in her first season at Edinburgh University, so making that transition from the junior ranks into the seniors. And is putting a pretty good fist of this. 1:02.63 was her time in the heats. So we'll see whether she can improve on that here. It's getting tighter as they come in now, and this is, well, she's just tying up, and that's Emma Harvey who takes full advantage there. Karen Reid just really struggled down that last 25 metres, and Emma Harvey, 1:01.98, takes it. Second from lane 1 was Tara Hayworth, 1:02.19, just 200ths ahead of Evie Edwards. But shame for Karen Reid there, just tying up badly at the end there.
That's right. If you push it a couple % too hard down that first 50, you end up seeing that. And I always thought when I was racing, the best way for me to finish off a race was to finish off strong. You know, to try swim past those swimmers tying up at the end. That was always my tactics going into a race.
So this is going to be an interesting one coming up now, I think. We have, well, can Kiana McInnes out of lane 2 do what she did last night in the 200 fly, or do you think in the more shorter distance events Tane Bruce will get her revenge? Could somebody else pick it up? Raquel Matos, the fastest qualifier. So all to play for in this A final. It's very hard to call a winner in this one. They're coming out to the blocks now.
Yep, we've got Kirsty Simpson racing again. She'll be tired. That's her third event tonight. So see what she can do, see if she can get the pacing spot on here. I think she'll be quite competitive.
So in lane 8, West Lothian's Galsamono picked up a medal in the freestyle yesterday. Anna Fleming, City of Glasgow, goes in lane 7. Kirsty Simpson, as you said, Robbie, third race of the night, goes in lane 6 for the University of Aberdeen. Then we've got the Edinburgh University contingent. Lane 5 is Tane Bruce. In lane 4, Raquel Matos. Good splashing going on there. Lane 3, Emily Jones. Already been on the top of the podium. Then Kiana McInnes, the youngster from Hearts, with that superb Scottish junior record to win in the 200 fly yesterday. And University of Stirling's Lauren Mills completes the field in lane 1. So Matos 59.41 this morning. Bruce 59.93, the only 2 swimmers going under the minute. Hope to see a few more this evening.
Hopefully, fingers crossed.
So away they go through the start. Good start in lane 1, Lauren Mills, and lane 4, Raquel Matos. I think they are first to the wall and through the turn. Nice
Great
turning
start
skill
from Lauren Mills on the outside there.
Tane Bruce putting in a good turn there, but she's still just behind the front 2. And that's who's got the touch. It's Matos, 27.37. Tane Bruce now up to second place, and Lauren Mills in third. A great turn from Raquel Matos there. Suddenly she was a metre and a half up, and that's given a bit of a mountain to climb for Tane Bruce, but she's tackling it well. She is pushing hard. Let's see what happens on this turn. Good turning skills from both of them. Also coming up now, Emily Jones. Is it going to be a University of Edinburgh 1-2-3? It's looking that way at the moment, and it's looking like Matos is going to have the advantage here. She gets it 58.63. She'll be happy with that. Came into this meet with a 58.93, so best time she did at British Universities, so 3/10 improvement on that. Bruce second silver medal in butterfly for her, and Emily Jones takes the bronze. They're the 3 that go under the minute. Kiana McInnes will be the junior champion on 1:00:48, and no junior record for her in this one. Tane Bruce's junior record survives, 59.61. So the 1-2-3, Raquel Matos, as we see them coming in. She was really strong there. Very good on her turns, I thought there.
Yeah, and I spoke to Chris Jones just before the session there. He says, they've been working a lot on the skills and turns and underwater, and it just goes to show how well they've been doing, because the Edinburgh girls are picking up almost all the gold medals in each event. And you look at their turns and the technical aspects, they're all far superior than a lot of other swimmers at the moment. It's the way it is in short course swimming. If you haven't got good skills, it unfortunately exploits that weakness, any sort of weakness you've got.
So why is it that Edinburgh seems to be the home of performance girls swimming and Stirling much more on the men's side? Well, is that just chance, or do you think it's deliberately sort of creating centres of excellence?
Well, definitely it's deliberately trying to create centres of excellence. Of course, the more the better almost, and I think once you have some good girl talent, more girls tend to go there because they know they have good training partners. So success breeds success, and Edinburgh are very, very good at the moment with the female swimming, and obviously doing a lot of work on their technique side of it as well. So it becomes more attractive for other girls to join Edinburgh. And of course we have the fantastic universities on offer in the city of Edinburgh, whereas Stirling is much more focused on performance, I would say. Universities on campus, and it is very, very competitive just to get in that top squad, whereas Edinburgh has a lot of swimmers compared to Stirling.
Yeah, so just going through that presentation for you, Callum Laurie, the bronze medalist, Martin Walton, the silver, and Duncan Scott, the gold, because that's not Duncan there picking up his medal there. I'm not sure who that is, but
Morgan Berryman there. I'm sure he'll be
much.
pretty chuffed. He'll be pretending to be Duncan at the moment.
Well, a fantastic swim that was from Duncan Scott, but the junior medalist there also picking up the title. Just checking who that was. It was Archie Goodburn. Good swim from him.
Could I go?
Next presentation will be the women's 100 butterfly. There they are. It's a University of Edinburgh 1-2-3, as we just saw. Oh, what's that going on there, Emily? Emily Jones there. In fact, that was the bronze medal. Silver medalist Tane Bruce. She's looking rather more serious about it. Oh, a nice wee smile there.
Gold medalist.
And the gold medalist, time of 58.63 for Raquel Matos. Just 3/10 away from Louise Pate's record. That's another fairly long-standing record.
Yeah, it is. I mean, that must be about 6 years old now. Hopefully records are there to be broken, and hopefully she can get that soon. And it's always great seeing these junior records especially getting broken, because then you know that Scotland's in great hands. We've got some great talent. I remember I had a whole bunch of junior records.
Interrupt you just there, just to highlight Kiana McInnes there picking up her junior medal, as you said, talk about the juniors. Yeah, sorry to interrupt you, Robbie.
Brilliant to just see some junior records getting broken now and again. Future looks bright.
So we're done with the women's 100 butterfly. We go to the sprints now, starting with the men's 50 backstroke. Again, the final will get us going. That's Taku Tswanashi Chaza. I think Taku to his friend. I hope we can call him a friend. From Mount Kelly College. We'll go through the field once they start. So in lane 1, we've got Lucas Lowry of Aquajets Newcastle, Andrew Sawkins, Edinburgh University in 2, Scott Gibson, South Lanarkshire in 3, Alistair Wright, Loughborough in 4, Shelby Luyton of Vlaams in 5, Greg Watson, Western Berkshire in 6, Finlay Deans, University of Aberdeen 7, and then Taku Chaza in 8 for Mount Kelly. In fact, no swimmer in 7. So it's lane 5, Shelby Luyton, who's going to take this one for the Flemish team, 25.78. Alistair Wright, 26.01, and Scott Gibson takes third. I think that will make Scott Gibson the junior champion. We'll get confirmation of that, but I'm pretty confident about that. 26.27 his time, so good swim from him. Your teammate Craig McLean has the junior record on that one.
Yeah, that's right. Super competitive in this event, the 50-metre splash and dash, and we've got Craig McNally coming into this event in the next heat. Craig will be using this as a bit of fun, I can imagine. He's more of a 200-metre specialist, and he swam very, very well last night.
Anyone could challenge him. Maybe Adam Taylor could. Alec Campbell. The Aberdeen Dolphins are having some good fun at this. That's one. You'll know that from your roots in Aberdeen, the Dolphins.
Right. It's good to see a presence again from Aberdeen. You know, there's so many great athletes from there, the likes of David Carey, Hannah Miley. It's really nice to see the next generation of young talent coming through.
So running through the field, Danny Kirkham goes for Edinburgh University in lane 8. Beside him in 7 is Scott McClay from Perth City. Then it's Aberdeen Dolphins swimmer Stuart McIntosh, not shaved down as you can see. 5 is City of Sunderland's Adam Taylor. Lane 4, Craig McNally from City of Glasgow, looking very festive. 3, Alistair Campbell, University of Stirling. Martin Kartau goes for Glasgow University in lane 2. And Niels van Oudekerke goes for Vlaams in lane 1. Gets the spotlight treatment there. 24.45 Craig McNally's time. That was pretty much spot on the time he entered. In fact, very slightly faster. 24.480 came into this meet on, so he swam fast this morning. The Scottish record 24.01 held by Todd Cooper. Another pretty long-standing record, that.
Looks like Craig McNally will be going after that. 24 in the heats this morning. It's about time that record goes.
So Craig McNally in the blue cap with that big white G on it for City of Glasgow. Great skills off the wall there, and he's about half a metre up now on Adam Taylor. It looks like it's between these two now. Let's see as they come out again. You've got those brilliant turning skills. Both of them really good there, but it is McNally just has the advantage. He's been pushed pretty hard here, but he comes in 24.40, so he takes another 500ths off his time from the heats. 24.85 for Adam Taylor, so he improves by nearly 4/10, and Alistair Campbell takes third, 25.04, so a big improvement on his heat swim, 7/10 for him, and he came into the meet on a 25.5, his time from last year, so half a second knocked off that. He'll be happy with that.
Yeah, it looked like Craig McNally just mistimed the turn there. He pushed a little bit far away from the wall, and maybe would have helped taking an extra stroke there and gain that extra bit of momentum, but you know, it's 0.4 away from the Scottish record. It's probably a bit too much to ask right now. If Craig's 200 metre specialist, it's quite difficult to be good at the 50 as well.
Well, he showed he was pretty good, and there was, I mean, you talked about maybe just slightly mistimed going into the wall, but his skills coming off the turn is just very good. His top
he's
draw,
looking
isn't
very, very strong underwater, and you know, even last night, every turn underwater, he was doing 6-7 fly kicks in a short course pool. Very, very challenging hypoxically.
Hypoxically, that's a good word.
Hypoxically, yeah.
So 50 breaststroke now for the women, the B final up first. So away we go. We've got Laura Harrison of Ellesmere College in 1, Lucy Ross, South Lanarkshire in 2, Alex Diamond of Silver City in 3, Matilda Haga from Hovenstaden in 4, Rachel Taylor of City of Sunderland in 5, Tenny Jensen of Hovenstaden in 6, Savannah Best of Mount Kelly College in 7, and Dobbenside's Danielle Gilbert in 8. And this one is very, very tight indeed. Lane 6, Tenna Jensen maybe just has her nose in front, but you'll need a good finish to make sure of it. Oh, and I think it was lane 5, Rachel Taylor absolutely nailed that finish to get it. 32.75 for her. Well, I didn't see that coming with 5 meters to go. She got it by 700ths from Jensen, 32.82 for her, and Haga makes a Danish second and third there, 33.03 for Matilda Haga. The importance of finishes in a sprint event, Robbie.
Yeah, that's right, and it's all about timing. Coming down that last 7 meters, they're really trying to spot that wall. If you finish on a glide, quite easily the swimmer next to you, if they finish on a full stroke, then they can get to the wall in front of you, even if they are behind.
Yep, so great start. You see a good crowd here in to watch this swimming. There's a good one coming up now in the 50 breaststroke. We talked about it at the top of the broadcast. Corrie Scott was absolutely electrifying yesterday in the 100. She, as you said, Robbie, was the bronze medalist in Glasgow 2014 in the 50. So we'll be excited to see her.
Yeah, I think we're going to see Corrie swim pretty well here. She had a great 100 last night, 106, and she looked like she got loads of confidence out of that race. And 50 is such a fragile event. If you just mess up the start and the turn just by a couple percent, you know, it's going to make a big difference by the end of the race. You can be half a second slower. Sometimes you're even try too hard as well. So the key is to just stay nice and relaxed during the 50.
So we introduce the swimmers here in the A final. That's Rachel Wilson of Derwentside in lane 8. Lane 7 from the University of Stirling is Eve Thompson. In lane 6, Erin Robertson of South Ayrshire. It's younger sister beside her, Katie Robertson, South Ayrshire, in lane 5. And then we have University of Edinburgh's Corrie Scott going in lane 4, 31.21 this morning. Cara Hanlon, her University of Edinburgh teammate, goes in 3. Orla Adams of Geary goes in lane 2, bronze medalist in the 100. And Errol McNamara, University of Stirling, in the dark now in lane 1. So just waiting for the venue lights to come up. Here they come. And we'll be away. Corrie holds the Scottish record. That stands at 37.1. Might be worth just keeping your eye on the junior record. Erin Robertson holds that, but sister Katie might well fancy her chances at that one. So let's see what transpires here. Of course, it's there and back again. Corrie Scott straight away into the lead. She's already up by about a metre as she comes towards the wall. So she is going to go through with the clear advantage coming off the wall. It's now up to nearly a body length. It's anyone's race behind her. All the other 7 in a line, maybe just Katie Robertson emerging there, although Cara Hanlon's with them, but it is Corrie Scott. We'll just keep an eye on the clock here. 30.74, just 300ths away from her Scottish record. So another blistering swim from Corrie Scott. 31.83 was Katie Robertson's time, so she also not quite up to the junior record, just 2/10 away from that. And in between them, the silver medalist Cara Hanlon, 31.55. So thoughts on that one? Another solid swim from Corrie.
Yeah, definitely. Just the rate and tempo on that 50 was just spot on. You know, she was just cutting through the water really nicely. Just unlucky to get outside of her PB there.
But when it comes to hundreds, I guess it's really just about almost the randomness of finishing.
Yeah, that's right. I know, and it can be as simple as a reaction off the dive. I mean, such tiny margins we're talking about here.
Yes, indeed. And we do see the reaction times when they come off. You sometimes sort of, one swimmer on 0.6 something, another swimmer on 0.7 something, and 10 hundredths there might be the difference.
Definitely, and I know from experience, I've won my Commonwealth Games gold medal back in 2010 by 2/100ths of a second. Now in swimming terms, that's a little bit more than a fingernail, so these hundredths do matter.
Yeah, certainly in that instance. Yep. Fame and glory comes in hundredths.
You want to be on the right side of that, that's for sure.
So we've got here our medalists for the 50 backstroke. Bronze medalist Alistair Campbell, University of Stirling. There's the silver medalist Adam Taylor, City of Sunderland, there in his Christmas jumper. Looking pretty happy with his swim. Craig McNally from City of Glasgow. Of course, Pat reunited with Coach Ian Wright there, where he started his days in Warrender, the two of them, and back there together in Glasgow now.
Looks like he's been doing some really good work over the past couple months, and good to see Craig McNally back on form. Back in 2013 he was 6th in the men's 200 back row at the World Championship, so to see him get PBs again is just brilliant.
Scott Gibson there is the junior champion. You saw him not for the first time pick up the junior medal. And we go to the 50 breaststroke now. They don't get too long to recover from their swim before they have to get up for their presentations.
No, not at all. I mean, these guys will be racing tough. They'll be coming out of one race, some of them straight to medals, a couple 100 meters in the swim down pool, then up for another race. And it's fantastic to see, because part of training is actually racing. So the more racing, the more experience and exposure you can get to it, tactically, the better racer you're going to be.
Bronze medalist there, Katie Robertson, South Ayrshire. Silver medalist from University of Edinburgh, Cara Hanlon, and there is the gold medalist, just hundredths away from Scottish record, Corrie Scott. And Katie Robertson is the junior champion. She's a great prospect for the future. The two Robertson girls, in fact, Katie and her sister Erin, both great talents from the South Ayrshire programme. So we talked about this one at the top of the programme, 200 butterfly. Of course, we've got the B final coming up first, followed by Duncan Scott back in the pool, and he'll be battling Cameron Brodie. You would think it'll be between those two. Yeah,
there's going to be a really exciting competition between these two lads here. I wonder if anyone else can get involved. We've got Ryan Brown actually from Glasgow, 202. So, Cameron Brodie typically is the 200 metre fly specialist, but Duncan is just such a huge talent. You give him any race and he thrives in it. So
we shall see.
It's going to be a brilliant duel.
But it's the B final first, and they've now hit the water. Archie Goodburn goes in 1 for Warrender. The Tigers of Jersey swimmer Dylan Pastana goes in 2. Henry Dixon of Mount Kelly in 3. William Murden from University of Stirling in 4. James Black of West Lothian in 5. Murray Quellan of University of Aberdeen in 6. Mark Elric of First in 7. And Jonathan Muller of Hervenstatens in lane 8. And a great start in lane 4 from William Murden. He is really taking it to them. Looks like
he's taken an early lead down the first 75, and let's see if he can hang on there.
A nice close-up of that. You just saw a shot there, just how turbulent the water can get with these senior swimmers on the 200 fly. So if you're behind them, despite the fact that you've got these good lane ropes, it's supposed to be pretty choppy.
Yeah, you can, and it's, you know, especially in the fly event, you get a mouthful of water, and that's not ideal. And in butterfly, it's so important just to breathe in all that oxygen, because it is the most inefficient stroke. It's very, very tough to do fly, so I always recommend breathing every one. I mean, the greatest swimmers in the world, Chad Lacrosse, Michael Phelps, they breathe every one, because priority is just getting that oxygen through the body.
Well, this is a really impressive swim from William Merton. He is really taking this to it. He is pushing very, very hard indeed here. And great close-ups of him there. You can just see the effort etched into his face there as he comes up to the wall for the final time. So he is really pushing on here, but they're starting to come at him now. In lane 6 and 7, it's Murray Quillen and Mark Elric, and well, Merton is just maybe suffering in the closing stages here.
He's suffering a lot.
Oh, it's Quillen who takes it. Just maybe the more intelligent race there run by Murray. 2:04.97, he takes it. Elric takes second, and poor old William Merton having worked his socks off down. Probably 3/4 of that race has to end up in 3rd place. Oh, painful.
Sure, at 50 metres he didn't think he was going to win that race, but it just goes to show how important it is pacing. You get it wrong a couple percent, you just absolutely fall apart technically wise. Your body turns into an anchor.
Ouch. So he will be thinking, well, 2:05.96 came in, or the 2:03. We'll put that down to learning, maybe a chat with the coaches and just think about how we can execute that, maybe just that little bit better.
That's right, and for these guys here, it's all about making the mistakes here. Their focus, their priority will be at the World Championship trials
see it
coming
now
up.
as they come in there, Robbie, and just see him just really hurting. And these two on the right-hand side there, Murray Quillen in the
Finishing
white
strong,
cap.
aren't they?
Yeah.
Just goes to show how important it is to finish your race strong. And you know, pacing your race, it comes with experience and practice, and what better way to practice is in training every single day, and you learn how to race the race the way you like to do it. Everyone has to go in with their own race plan as well and execute that.
So we have now our A finalist. That's Conor McNeil from City of Glasgow going in lane 8. In lane 7 from University of Aberdeen, Tom Bealey. In lane 6, City of Glasgow's Ryan Brown, European Juniors in the summer. Lane 5, Callum Reid from Warren de Baths. In lane 4, University of Stirling's Cameron Brodie. Lane 3, Duncan Scott, University of Stirling. Lane 2, University of Stirling's Felix Gifford. And in lane 1, University of Aberdeen's Alistair Miley.
Great to see Cameron Brodie representing Scotland with his 2014 Commonwealth Game racing shorts. I'm sure those were his lucky shorts after beating Chad Lacrosse in the heats there in the 200 fly.
Yeah, probably Cameron's standout performance in his career in Glasgow in 2014. What can he do here? He is the Scottish record holder, 1:54.68. That stands out. Will Duncan Scott be tired after that 200 AM? Has he had enough recovery time?
I think he will be tired, but the thing is with Duncan, the more racing he does, the faster he gets. He is such a huge talent. He'll be tired for 10-15 minutes, do a couple hundred, maybe even stretch up to 1,000 in the swimdown pool, and he'll be feeling good now.
So he just has the lead, I think, from Brodie coming up to the 50. Brodie, I think, going a lot faster than he went in the heats earlier. He was at 26.6 in the heats, 25.7 here, but behind Duncan Scott's 25.4. And there's around about a metre now between Scott and Brodie. Brodie, you think, will get stronger and stronger as this race progresses. Callum Reid looking good in lane 5 in 3rd place, the Warrender swimmer, behind the two from University of Stirling. And the gap may be shrinking a little bit now between Scott and Brodie. Let's see, it's half a second, 54.31 against 54.88.
Yep, going to see a very, very close finish here, and Brodie is such a tough athlete, trains very, very hard, so we know he's going to have plenty left in the last 50 metres.
So through the 125 turn, and well, maybe Brodie just getting the technically better turn, certainly that time, and he's now just about on terms with Duncan Scott. Still Callum Reid on his own in third, ahead of Ryan Brown, but nothing in it now, just a tenth. Scott still leads, 124.4 against 124.5 for Brodie, but coming off the turn, it's reversed, and it's Brodie now who hits the front. Now what Scott got left to bring in, of course we saw he is tired, was Brodie. This is only race tonight, so apart from relays, that is, it's going to be Brodie, it looks like, but Scott's not quite done yet as they come in towards the finish. Can Brodie hold on, because Scott is coming right back at him? Who's going to get the touch? Oh, Scott gets it. Whoa, 154.59, and that is a new Scottish record. Duncan Scott there getting the Scottish record from Cameron Brodie, as well as beating him on the night, 154.81. Well, goodness me, what a race that was, and I thought going down that last length Brodie had it.
Yep, yeah, me too as well. It just goes to show how important nailing that finish, and Duncan had the perfect finish there. You know, with 25 metres to go, I thought he was going to fade off, but he finished very, very hard on that last 15 metres. First Scottish record for Duncan Scott. He's been hundredths of a second away from last night and tonight in the 200 IM, so he'll be chuffed with that. First Scottish record in the bag for him for the meet.
Yeah, and he's still got plenty of energy to leave the pool. The joy of youth.
Now only the relays for these boys to look forward to, so they'll be looking at it as job done for the day.
400 freestyle for the women next. But Scottish record there. Cameron looking philosophical about that, I think. I think he'll be probably saying, how did I lose that? I thought I had him.
At the same time, Cameron will realise what a special talent Duncan actually is as well. But, you know, Cameron will be a bit gutted. Both on 154, though. Both very, very good times. And for Cameron, pretty close to his PB. So, you know, it shows he's back on form again, and for Cameron, that's all that really matters. These guys will still be pretty reasonably in hard training as well. So, you know, they can take a lot of confidence from that race.
So we got a little bit of time now. We've got 4 minutes and 20 odd seconds for this B final in the women's 400 freestyle. We'll go through the swimmers. India Dodd, University of Aberdeen, goes in 1. Katie Taylor, Heart of Midlothian, in 2. Sophie Smith of Arbroath St Thomas in 3, and she's the early leader. Tara Hayworth of Lincoln Vulcans goes in 4 in the yellow cap. Lane 5, Iona McLeod, the 13-year-old from Dundee City Aquatics. Lane 6, Alice Alcaraz from City of Aberdeen. Amy Henshaw of City of Sunderland goes in lane 7. And going well in lane 8 is Chloe Plater of Mount Kelly College. So entry times, as I said, 4:22 up to 4:27. So they'll be looking to go under the 4:20, I think, here. And India Dodd now has moved into the lead from lane 1, 101.77. Gets there right up at the top. Used to seeing her in the red of Warrender, but she's moved up to Aberdeen University this year. So going with that newly formed team led by Patrick Miley up in Aberdeen Sports Village. That's a fantastic venue to have as your base.
Yeah, the ASV is really a world-class venue. They're going to be hosting the European Junior Championships next summer. So yeah, Patrick's doing brilliant things with those girls up there, and, you know, installing that mindset of all the success they got with Hannah. You know, it's a winning formula down there. Sorry, up there.
Yep, down there if you're a Shetlander.
Yep.
Up there from the Royal Commonwealth Pool, and it's India Dodd. It's up there for her because she was Edinburgh based. She is now coming under a little bit of pressure in lane 4 from Tara Hayworth, the Scot based in Lincoln. Part of the performance programme that Scottish Swimming have. Senior Silver Squad member. So going through the halfway point, and the splits there, 2:07 for India, 2:08 for Tara. About 7/10 was the gap, but that's gone now. coming down towards 250. And Tara Hayworth hitting the front, going well in lane 6, Alice Alcaraz. Another, of course, City of Aberdeen now being combined into that Aberdeen University performance setup. Might be the last time we see City of Aberdeen performing as a team.
Yeah, that's right. It seems to all be a lot of change going on at the moment, but you know, in order for clubs and for everyone to progress, sometimes that needs to happen, and it's great to see the presence back from Aberdeen, and you know, everyone's working extremely hard up there just to try get best performances possible for their swimmers. And you know, it had such great history of good talent in Aberdeen. I'd love to see that again.
Not that you're biased, of course, that's where your stamping ground is,
exactly,
of course.
Yeah. I spent 20 years of my life up in Aberdeen. I had some great memories there. Back in the day, it was super competitive, and over the years, Aberdeen's almost fallen away, but now to come see them back with some really great results at this competition, it's going to be really exciting the next couple of years.
So it's still Tara Hayworth, but moving up on her now is Katie Taylor. So she's going well here into the final 50, and the gap is about 1.2. 346.5 for Tara, 347.7 for Katie. And then a tight contest for third, Alice Alcaraz and India Dodd, I think just ahead of Sophie Smith. But turning for home, doesn't look like Tara Hayworth will be caught here. So she's, I think, going to take the win from Katie Taylor. Alice Alcaraz still just about holding third, but Sophie Smith finishing fast. But it will be Tara Hayworth coming in to take it. Time of 4:18.94, so she improves by 3 seconds or so on her heat swim. Second was Katie Taylor, 4:20.21, a 5-second improvement nearly for her. So good stuff from the Hearts girl. And in third place, Alice Alcaraz, 4:22.14. So looking at Tara Hayworth, a second or so inside the 4:20 she came into the meet on, so be happy with that. Katie Taylor came in on a 4:23, so she also improved nicely. As we see Alice there, as the others come in.
Very good swimming there. It's such a tough event, the 400. It's so grueling, having to do a 400 heat and then a 400 final all in one day. It's it's a big ask sometimes.
Yes, it is, and probably not one that they do that often. Certainly in age group swimming, very often the 400 is swum as a heat declared winner event. So to get to swim it twice, it needs another skill to develop. So good swim there from Tara, as we see now the A finalists make their way onto the podium. We'll see those shortly. Here they are. They're in lane 8. For first is Chanel Snedden. Not seen too much of Chanel in these championships, so good to see her in the A final here. Jessica Thompson goes for City of Aberdeen in lane 7. Beside her, South Lanarkshire's Nikki Miller. She's had a strong meet. Yellow being caught there at the trunks there. Lane 5, Danielle Huskisson, University of Stirling. And Camilla Hattersley, the Olympian on City of Glasgow, goes beside her in lane 4. Rasheen Ramsey of Warrender might challenge the junior record here, you never know. She goes in 3. Lucy Ellis of City of Sunderland in 2. And Dundee City aquatic swimmer Ailey Grant there, silhouetted in lane 1.
Going to be a very exciting race, this. Camilla Hattersley, spoke to her last night, disappointed with her 800. She's going to try bounce back, and let's see what she can do here. Danielle Huskisson, of course, last night pushed her on all the way. Danielle typically a 10k swimmer, so this will be merely a sprint for her.
She did an interesting thing this morning. I think it was at the 300 turn. As she went into the turn, she lifted her head right up, and I thought she was maybe looking at the scoreboard just to see her time.
Yeah, there's been a couple of times I've been doing the 400 short course, and I've actually just lost count. We've seen one of the swimmers do it in the final last night. He turned when everyone else finished, so it does happen, unfortunately. You know, it's better to be certain than to finish 50 meters early, but looks like we've got a very aggressive start from Camilla Hattersley. She'll be wanting to shake off those cobwebs from last night, and I've never actually seen her go out in a race so aggressively, and I'm sure Ian had some words with her yesterday, and this is the race plan they're going to adopt today. But Camilla, she always tends to have too much left by the end of her race, so it's actually really good to see her go out really aggressively in that first 100. Under 59 seconds there, 58. She is a world-class swimmer. Sometimes it's having that guts to get out at the start of the race that is really difficult to do as well, especially on an 800. It's so far.
So this time, of course, the 400, and she certainly has taken it to the rest of the field here. She is about, 4 or 5 meters up. It's a three-way contest for second. Lucy Ellis in 2, Danielle Huskisson in 5, Nikki Miller in 6, Rasheen Ramsey just behind them. Of course, Nikki Miller also a junior, and at the moment she's leading Rasheen Ramsey, so that will be also a very interesting race between those two. But, well, Camilla is certainly saying, come and catch me if you can.
That's right, yeah, and she looks well in control of this race as well. She's got open water left and right, and you know, if she could just keep her head down after the turn instead of breathing on that first stroke, she'll get that extra speed off the wall and just extra momentum, and that's something I'm sure she's going to work on leading into the World Championship trials. Your technique has to be 100% spot on. The more efficient you are through the water, essentially the faster you're going to be.
So 2:00.8 at the halfway mark. We should be happy with that as a split, do you think?
I think so, yeah. That's a pretty fast time. You know, I think she's going to be hopefully going to get well under 4 minutes 10 here, and she's obviously going after this race, which is great to see. I think she's pretty disappointed with last night, and to get a good race here will set her up quite nicely heading into 2017 season.
The race is certainly still right on for second and third. We've got now Danielle Huskisson has just edged into second place there ahead of Nikki Miller. She still has the advantage in that junior race. Lucy Ellis behind her, then Rasheen Ramsey, and also Jessica Thompson. But, well, I think we know who's going to win this one. It's just a question of what the time's going to be.
That's right. Looks like she could hopefully come in around 4 minutes 6. And you just see the difference in swimmer here. We have Danielle Huskisson in second place. She's 10k open water swimmer. And you look at Camilla, she just has a little bit more speed and power, whereas Danielle looks like she's churning out and looks like she could do that for about 10k if she wanted to.
Yeah, I'm sure she could, because we've seen Camilla also in 200s to good effect as well. So she has that range, doesn't she, between 200 and 800.
That's right. Looks like she may be coming down to 400 and focusing on that. This is a brilliant swim so far. She is just accelerating into this last 50 here, coming up to 25 to go.
So she's got a lead of the best part of 8-9 meters here as she brings it home. Huskisson looks assured of the silver. There's a right old tussle on now for the junior medal and the bronze medal. Rasheen Ramsey and Nikki Miller, but at the front it is Camilla Hattersley. Watch the clock, 4:05.75.
Brilliant swim.
Huskisson takes second now. Who's going to get third? It's going to be Ramsey. Very nicely judged swim from her. 4:12.88, and that is a new Scottish junior record for Rasheen Ramsey, taking nearly, over half a second, in fact, off Fiona Donnelly's record, 4:13.47. So
absolutely brilliant to see junior records getting broken. She is going to be a very exciting talent for the future.
Yep.
Nice big smile for Camilla there. Looks like she's overcome her disappointment from the 800 last night. So great to see Camilla swimming well there. 4:05. That is a brilliant time there, and you know, still one more dare competition as well. Let's see what she can do.
And Rasheen Ramsey, the junior record holder now. Guess how old she is?
16?
14.
14. Wow, what a bright talent she is. 2 more years, she can be smashing those records as well.
Yep, so you would think that that's going to make some transition, some progress over that 2-year period. So brilliant swim from her, but yes, as you said, Robbie, great swim from Camilla there.
Yeah, doing great things at Warrender there.
Laurel Bailey, of course, runs the show at Warrender. Got a very strong coaching team there. Yeah. So we'll be very happy, I think, with Rasheen's progress.
Yeah, great club team there at Warrender. Same as South Lanarkshire swim team. They are producing all of these junior talents coming through, and the likes of University of Edinburgh, University of Stirling, that's where they tend to go to when they come 16, 17, 18 years of age, and they almost try to refine their skill, but of course they learn everything from these junior clubs, and Warrender is doing great things, as well as South Lanarkshire.
Yes, and it's so important, I think, to have in the main centres, to have those strong development squads, so as you nurture that talent at a young age. And I think we're seeing that start to develop now in Glasgow. We're hopefully we'll see that happening more and more in Aberdeen as well. There's some stuff starting to happen in Dundee. So yes, it's promising there. There's the development teams. You mentioned Lanarkshire, of course, they have been very strong. Both South and North Lanarkshire have been really good. But here we go, back to presentations now. I've almost lost track with where we are, but I think this is the men's 200 butterfly. And it's Callum Reid who takes the bronze medal there. 1:59.29. Cameron Brodie just touched out there. Has to settle for silver, 1:54.81. Had a great swim from Cameron. And the gold medalist and the new Scottish record holder, 1:54.59. He was very, very close a number of times. This time he got it. Duncan Scott from the University of Stirling.
What a great race that was as well. You know, he timed that to perfection with the last 10 metres, and you know, Cameron Brodie, I'm sure he's happy with the time, but I'm sure he would have loved to have been on top of that podium there.
Archie Goodburn of Warrender. We talked about Warrender just now, so another great talent coming from the Warrender programme. He picks up the junior medal. And we also have a special award here. This is the Alistair Sankey Trophy, which goes to the combined top point scorer on FINA points for the 100 and men's 200 fly. And because he won both of them, no surprise, that goes to Duncan Scott.
Can add that to his collection, I'm sure.
So great swims. That certainly did not disappoint that race, and well, neither did this one. Coming up, the women's 400 freestyle. The ladies just making their way to the podium now. That's just a reminder of what we've got. Still got to come. The hundreds freestyle for the men, individual medley for the girls, and then into the relays. So there is the 14-year-old prodigy Rasheen Ramsey from Warrender. Daniel Huskisson, as Robbie said, more known as an open water swimmer. Looks pretty happy with this though, and so does Camilla Hattersley, the gold medalist from City of Glasgow. Andy Figgins there making the medal presentations. Rasheen Ramsey there, new Scottish junior record for her. Brilliant stuff. 4:12.88 that now stands at. Andy Figgins just being appointed to the Scottish Swimming Board. I'm sure he'll shake things up there.
Yeah, it's a great addition there. As someone who's so passionate about swimming, and he's been doing it for 26 years, he told me as well. You know, it's a huge commitment. Not only that, it's more of a lifestyle for him. He's up at 5 o'clock every morning taking his swimmers.
Fancy going down that route?
Not anymore. Those days have passed me now, and you know, I get up at 7:30 now these mornings, and that suits me just fine.
So 100 freestyle men, B final goes first. We have Gianna Grillo of Hovenstatens in 1, Sebastian de Moulemeister of Vlaams in 2, Jamie Coulter of West Lothian in 3, Jack Warren Ballard, University of Stirling in 4, David Thompson of Bangor in 5, Dmitry Tikhonov-Bukarov of University of Stirling in 6, Grant Henderson, City of Glasgow in 7, and Tom Kingham of Millfield School in 8. Through the turn, Grant Henderson, he's a swimmer who's made a lot of progress over the last year or two, the City of Glasgow swimmer, and he goes through. 18-year-old, 50.79 was his time in the heats this morning. Can he go under the 50 seconds here? Coming up 46 seconds now. Well, it's going to be close. Oh yes, he did. 49.88. 49.98 for Jack Warren Ballard, so he slips under the 50 seconds as well. And it's Sebastian de Meulemeester takes third in 50.12.
That's it. It's always who can get under that 50-second barrier. It means so much when you're a 100-meter swimmer. For me, it was always, I remember very vividly the first time I went under short course and then, of course, long course. And, you know, it's great to see big smiles on their faces. 49.98 for Jack Warren Ballard. He'll be chuffed with that.
Yep, so Grant Henderson came in on a 51 dead, so to go under the 50 seconds from that, you know, happy days. A final.
Now to the big
Getting
boys.
ready.
No Duncan Scott in this race. You noticed tonight he did the 200 fly and 200 IM, so I think that was a tactical decision not to do the 100 freestyle. Of course, he is a huge talent in that 100 freestyle. He came fifth in Rio Olympics in the final in that event, only 0.1 of a second behind the medal.
And of course anchored the silver medal medley team as well on the freestyle.
Yeah, so you know it's wide open now. These guys will be, I think, quite glad that Duncan's not in this event, but you know, for Duncan it's not his priority right now. He wanted to focus on that 200 IM and 200 fly, and what a great opportunity to do that today, and 2 gold medals for him tonight.
So the boy in the hood there in lane 8 is Edinburgh University's Kieran McGuckin. In seven, sorry, that's not, it's Jack Thorpe, my apologies. Jack Thorpe in 8. Jordan Hughes goes in 7 for University of Stirling. Martin Woolton of University of Stirling is in 6. David Cumberledge, perhaps the favourite, that goes in lane 5, so not the fastest qualifier. And University man, Craig McLean of University of Stirling in 4. Callum Bain, he was very fast yesterday, goes in 3 for University of Stirling. Scott McClay of Perth City in 2. And Kieran McGuckin, that is him, in lane number 1, Edinburgh University. So 48.81, Craig McLean the fastest. On paper, Kieran McGuckin 48.3, David Cumberledge 48.9.
Yeah, a lot of talent in this event. It's wide open. Craig McLean here, one of the youngest in the field, 18. Very exciting prospect for the next couple of years.
Yes, so he improved by 4/10 on his entry time in the heats. Can he progress further here? So they're away. As Robbie said, anyone's race here. Fast start from David Cumberledge though in lane 5, and also Jack Thorpe in lane 8. Duncan Scott is the record holder here. It's just, you say, he's not defending that record here. He's trusting, I guess, that nobody's going to get close to it. We'll see. It's David Cumberledge. He's not a Scot, but leads the way in lane 5, 22.81. Second, Jack Thorpe. Third, Kieran McGuckin way over on the other side of the pool, but it's Cumberledge looking strong here at the 75. It's going to be between him, I think, and Jack Thorpe in lane 8. This is not maybe going to script here. Coming up now, Martin Woolton in lane 6, challenging me, but nobody's going to catch David Cumberledge here. He's going to get this. He takes it comfortably in 47.64. I'd be pretty happy with that as a time.
Very good time, that. Yeah, very, very fast, you know.
Just a 10th in the end. Martin Woolton really came down like a train down that last 25 and just got past Jack Thorpe to claim the silver medal. Jack Thorpe will be the Scottish champion. The other two, although in Scottish-based centres, not Scots, so Jack Thorpe will be the top Scot there, just ahead of Craig McLean. 48.74 for him, so he just got another 700ths off the time from this morning, so continued progress from him as well. He started quite slowly, Craig McLean, there, and
yeah, he did.
Really pushed hard there. Did you think he just timed his start, or what happened, do you think?
Yeah, I did watch his start there. He seemed to didn't have his feet quite streamlined when he dived in, and yeah, he definitely missed out a couple yards there from David Cumberledge. He was just so strong on that first 50, and then had the pace and endurance to back it up. He almost got his lead on the first 50 metres, and no one caught him since.
Santa's little helpers there from the Midland District, and Dixon, Scott Haxton and co. having fun there in the area. But we move now to the B final of the Women's 100 IM. We've got Shannon Patterson going for Aberdeen University in 1, Rachel Wilson of Derwentsside in 2, Lauren Sutherland of Edinburgh University in 3, Erin Cummins, University of Stirling in 4, Cara Hanlon, Edinburgh University in 5, Zoe McDonald, Mulgai and Bearsden in 6, Kimberly Mackay from Warrender in 7, and Caroline McIntosh, City of Aberdeen in 8. 100 IM. Only get a chance to do it short course, obviously. 29.11, Cummins leads the way. So, as you said, maybe a bit of a fun event for most of these swimmers.
Yeah, definitely, and it is really, really hard technically this race. Of course, we're doing all 4 strokes here. You want to make sure each stroke and each turn is as efficient as possible.
So through into the freestyle now, and there's 4 swimmers in the hunt here. Through from lane 3, Lauren Sutherland, to lane 6, Zoe McDonald. Any of the 4 of these could take this. It's going to be about the finisher here. Who's going to get it? It's anyone's race as they come in. Erin Cummins gets it. She led most of the way, and she just did enough down the stretch there to get it by 700ths from Lauren Sutherland, 104.34 and 104.41. Another 10th or so behind Cara Hanlon, and then a 10th to Zoe McDonald. So just 3 tenths between first and fourth there. There's the full scoreboard there on your screen. Erin Cummins at the top.
Very, very close race there. Top 4 separated by 0.25 of a second. So just goes to show you how important it is nailing that finish.
So we will move to the A final now. All is dark as we wait for them to come on. And here they come, approaching our full side camera. Another youngster there leading the way. Warrender's Katie Smith. She'll go in lane 8. Beside her, a much more experienced campaigner. Gear is Orla Adams in 6. She's really come on in this last year. West Lothian's Gulsimonal in 5. Edinburgh University's Emily Jones, been a strong performer this weekend. Beside her, yet another race for Kirsty Simpson. This time she's the fastest qualifier. She'll be hoping for gold here. Samantha Caulfield goes in 3 for Edinburgh University. Anna Fleming, the second junior in the field, goes in lane 2 for City of Glasgow. And completing the lineup in lane 1 for South Aberdeenshire, Rachel Masson. And Kirsty Simpson, Emily Jones, you would think maybe will be the front runners here. So the lights come up and we're ready to go. Kirsty's raced quite a bit more than Emily. That might not help her cause. She's also burst 2 suits today, so she's not had a great day of it so far.
Must be all that hard training, all that muscle she's putting on.
Well, certainly showing that in the fly length. She leads at the 25, and a good transition into the backstroke there. Also, Gulsimonal showing nice skills there in lane 6. She's now into second place, but it's Simpson who leads. This is perhaps where she has to worry in the breaststroke. 27.30 for her. Expect Emily Jones maybe to mount an attack on this length. Gulsimonal was in second, now in third as Emily Jones starts to come through, and you can see that gap is shrinking rapidly. But I think Kirsty Simpson will just have the lead going to the freestyle, so now it's neck and neck down the freestyle length. It's tough to call this one now at this stage, but Emily Jones has the momentum, and I think she maybe has the power to bring this one in. It's going to be another IM gold for Emily Jones. Takes it in 1:01.38, just 6 tenths away from the Scottish record. Second, a gutsy performance there from Kirsty Simpson, but well, it's on the podium, but not the top spot she would have wanted. And Gulsimonal picks up another medal, her second of the weekend, in 1:02.90. And Anna Fleming there, 1:03.20, and that was just 2 tenths away from the junior record there, which is held in fact by Emily Jones. So brilliant. Emily, your record survives there by 2 tenths.
What an exciting finish there. Yep, Emily Jones just passing Kirsty Simpson on the end there. I think that breaststroke leg really helped her catch up.
Yeah, it did. That was the critical stage, wasn't it? Emily Jones, such a strong breaststroker, and we know that is Kirsty's weak link there in the IM, so she was always going to struggle. She had built herself a big margin to go into it, but not quite big enough.
No, that's right, and got the relays coming up after the short presentation, I think, and what better way than to finish a day 2 of a competition with some exciting relays. The men's 4x50 metre freestyle coming up first.
So Glasgow 2014 shirt proudly worn there. Happy memories for you and Glasgow 2014, Robbie?
Absolutely. I think just being part of a home crowd and representing Scotland in the home pool I was training at in Tollcross was something I'll never ever forget, and to come away with a silver medal was phenomenal. To represent your country as well, there's no higher honour than that.
So 4x2 freestyle's become a bit of a Scotland signature event, hasn't it?
Absolutely. In Rio in 2016 it was an all Scotland team that got us into the heats, got us in second place into the final. So we are very, very strong in that event, and just seeing the talent coming through there, you know, I have faith in these young swimmers here. They're going to be replacing me in that event, especially the likes of Craig McLean coming through. Really, really exciting in the men's 200 freestyle.
So this is the men's 100 freestyle getting presented now. The bronze medalist there was Jack Thorpe, silver medalist Martin Walton, and the gold medalist was David Cumberledge, Scottish champion Jack Thorpe. The junior champion from the heats, first swimmer Ryan Retson. George Dunlop there, the chief executive of Scottish Swimming, making those presentations. 100 IM will be next up.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the medalists for the women's 100 metres individual medley.
Here they come. Bronze medalist Gull Simono from West Lothian. Nice swim from her, 102.90. Kirsty Simpson, what a brave attempt that was. 101.76. Just couldn't quite hold it together at the end to see off Emily Jones. So it is Emily is the national short course champion. She's retained the title she won last year. Scottish junior champion Anna Fleming, very close, as I said earlier, to that junior record. It was her last event, unless she's going down to the ASA. I'm not sure whether she is or not, which is next weekend, ASA short course event.
Yeah, another great opportunity to race before the end of the year, and I know some swimmers like Camilla Hattersley will be down there at the ASA, and hopefully she'll be trying to improve her 400 time she set there tonight. Fabulous 4:05.
Yep, and also of course just show the English swimmers what the Scots can do. It's always good.
Absolutely, yeah. Racing in Sheffield is always a swimmer's favourite as well, because it's such a quick pool. It's 3 metres deep, so you know, expect to see some even faster swimming there.
So we go to relays now. This is the 4x50 freestyle for the men. We've got 4 heats here, so we've got 5 teams in the first. Warrender Juniors in 2, Dumfries in 3, West Lothian in 4, Mulgai and Bested in 5, Aberdeen in 6, and leading the way West Lothian. Good lead-off leg from Jamie Coulter, 23.81. Well, we've seen Jamie for a long time in the pool, and he's burst back this year, and he's made an impact this weekend. Jamie Coulter, he's handed over to James Black. So sort of a group of very strong 20-something-year-olds now who are developing in West Lothian. and they are dominating this first heat. 47.96 is the halfway split, and still a big advantage over lane 5, Mulgai and Bearsden with Ian Fletcher. Then it's tight, Warrender, Fraser Allison on the third leg for them in lane 2, but it's West Lothian ruling the show here. Andrew Hosey maintaining that lead about 5-6 meters now as they hand off to anchor Andrew Benson. Of course, Craig's older brother there is doing the honours here. Another breaststroker by trade. I guess it's the family tradition. 1:12.32 was the time as he went in, showing what he can do on the freestyle and putting in a strong, fast rate here. And he is going to hold it. It's getting tight for second now with Archie Goodburn anchoring Warrender very nicely in lane 2, and they've moved up to second place. So West Lothian take it, 1:36.98. So that sets the early standard for the next 3 heats. Second was Warrender, 1:39.39. That is the standard set for the juniors. And in third place, Mulgai and Bearsden, 1:39.99. So operating as a team in an individually focused event is always good, I guess.
Yeah, it's always fun to get your teammates behind you, and having to rely on 3 other guys is brilliant also, and you know, it brings the best out of you in relay teams, especially this 4x50. It's always fun to end the evening off with a relay team, to compete against your local clubs, and you know, you can just see everyone with a big smile on their face. I think this is what racing's all about.
So this is heat 2 coming up. We have a full pool. No, we don't. No lane 5. So we have City of Aberdeen in 1, Derwentsside in 2, South Ayrshire in 3, Aberdeen Dolphins B team in 4, no team, as I said, in 5, South Aberdeenshire in 6, Perth City in 7, and Dundee City Aquatics in 8. And this time it's Perth City. Scott McClay putting off a very good lead off there, probably put in their fastest swimmer first there. 22.68 for him at the 50. He hands over to Alistair Cormack. Starting to make the comeback is South Ayrshire's swimmer Alistair McGee on the second leg in lane 3, and outside him we've got Connor King for Derwentsside, Nathan Jack Kennedy for City of Aberdeen, but still it is Perth City with the advantage, 48.49.
Very quick takeover there, that's right. These guys will be working really hard to get as quick a takeover as possible. You know, they don't want to use up any valuable time.
Jacob Marchbank on the third leg for Perth City, but coming up strongly now is Joel O'Halloran for Derwentsside, and it's Derwentsside now who move into the lead. The first leg was 1:12.32 at this stage, so not as fast, 1:13.85. So at the moment it's West Lothian looking as if they'll still be the fastest after heat 2, but well, we've got a strong finish here from Graham Hunter for Perth, and in lane 4 coming into the action, Stuart McIntosh. I think maybe Stuart McIntosh is the one to watch here in lane 4 for Aberdeen Dolphins. Is he going to do it, or is it going to be Graham Hunter? It's between the two of them. It is Aberdeen Dolphins, 1:38.20. So they take the heat, but they're not as fast as West Lothian. They were 1:36.98. So with 2 heats gone, it's still West Lothian with the fastest time. Perth City there just behind Aberdeen Dolphins, 1:38.34, with Derwentsside third, 1:39.89.
That's right, and we're just going to see each heat get faster and faster now, and hopefully we can see some really slick takeovers here. I don't want to see anyone's hand on the wall, swimmer still on the block. You know, that's the best part about relays, is that takeover. It's that exciting part, and of course, you know, you want to be as a little time as possible in the exchange, but at the same time you don't want to get your team disqualified.
No, you're dicing a bit with death there. Hopefully nobody will fall foul of the takeover electronics. All done electronically now. So we go into the third heat. We've got City of Glasgow in 1, Warrender in 2, Glasgow University in 3, Aberdeen University in 4, South Lanarkshire in 5, Hovid Statons in 6, Larne in 7, and Western Berkshire in 8. Larne, Connor Brines, great start from then, 22.98. So that's fast swimming there for the Irish team. Taking it over for them now is Rory Herson. Beside him Herved swimmer Andreas Vestergaard, and coming through strongly now for University of Aberdeen, Tom Bealey. Great second leg from him. Warrender up there as well. George Clough putting in a good effort. 47.71 is now the fastest split by a couple of tenths from the West Lothian team, and it's Warrender with Chris Kerr. We don't often see him do freestyle. He goes for them. Coming up strongly now, Finlay Deans for University of Aberdeen. He maybe has just sneaked into the lead now. It's tight for third. Lane 6, I think, has it. Herden Statton, but it's tight. 1:11.46. This is now faster than we've seen by nearly a second. And it's Warrender now back into the lead with Callum Reid on the anchor. Pushing hard now, Jack Watson for University of Aberdeen. It's going to be between these two, surely. Lane 3, Glasgow University, I don't think can catch them. It's Warren to have the advantage. I think they're going to hold this one. Yes, they do. 1:34.90. That's now the time for the final heat to beat. Second place, University of Aberdeen, 1:35.16, with Glasgow University 1:36.17. Great to see a Glasgow University presence here. Not seen that. I'm not sure I've seen that ever in a national competition.
This seems to be the first year University of Glasgow representing, and it's great to see them third place there with one heat to go. Hopefully we see a masterclass of skills here from Edinburgh, Stirling and Glasgow. See what else Aberdeen Dolphins can do as well. Up and coming talent from Aberdeen Dolphins.
Well, let's see. The Scottish record 1:29.37 held by City of Glasgow. I think you were probably in that team, Robbie.
Would have been, yeah, that's right. We had a brilliant team back then. Myself, Alistair Stirling, Dan Scott, Jamie Graham, all quick swimmers in that event.
So we've got Vlaams in 1, Edinburgh University B in 2, Aberdeen Dolphins in 3, Edinburgh University A in 4, University of Stirling in 5, their B team in 6, City of Glasgow in 7, City of Sunderland in 8, and David Cummidge, always saw picking up the gold in the freestyle earlier, leading off Edinburgh University very well. Kieran McGuckin now taking it on, pushing them. University of Stirling, Martin Walton on the second leg after Callum Baines lead off, and Martin Walton is making ground on Kieran McGuckin here. There's less than a metre between them now as they come to halfway, less than half a metre now as they go. 43.82 plays 44.11. Very, very close indeed as Greg Watson goes for Edinburgh University against Jamie Graham for University of Stirling. These two still absolutely hammer and tongs at it. Aberdeen Dolphins and University of Stirling B team battling for third, but the race is Edinburgh versus Stirling at the front, and there's nothing at all in it as the anchor swimmers go. Oh, it's a very tight takeover there, but Jack Thorpe going for Edinburgh against Duncan Scott for Stirling. So can Duncan Scott pull off yet another storming swim here as he is seeking to go past Jack Thorpe at the closing stages, and that is exactly what he's going to do. Remember that Scottish record, it's 1:29.37. That is absolutely demolished. 1:27.19. Well, what a swim there from the University of Stirling. 1:27.57, also well inside the record from Edinburgh University. 1:29.
Just going to check if Edinburgh University on the last leg there got disqualified. Looked like a very, very quick takeover there, but you know, we're talking fractions of a second. If you just get 1/100th on the wrong side of that, it's a difference between a very good takeover and a very bad takeover. What a last split from Duncan Scott there. He really pulled it out the bag to bring the win home for University of Stirling.
Well, they did scroll the board and they've moved on, so that obviously was a legal takeover from Edinburgh University. So the 1-2-3 new Scottish record, the winners University of Stirling, Edinburgh University second, Aberdeen Dolphins third. So clarification, that was a Scottish club record. Not all the team were Scots in that winning Stirling team. We need to check on the Edinburgh University team. I think they were all, no, they're not all Scots either. So So the Scottish record, your Scottish record, Robbie, I think
Still
survives.
still safe. So it's funny that the club record is 2 seconds faster than the Scottish record.
Yeah, that just shows that these performance centres now are able to attract swimmers from around the place. So this is the first of the heats in the women's freestyle relay. Again, we've got 4 heats here. Afford Otters in 2, Stirling Swim in 3, Mulgai and Bearsden in 4, junior team. And so Afford, Tynemouth in 5 and Dumfries in 6. And on the second leg here, Gemma McLeod for Dumfries leading the way in the white cap in lane 6. Not much between the other 4 teams. Gemma takes them through 55.46 at the halfway mark. Second narrowly now, Stirling Swim. Anna Pollock taking over the third leg. She's just ahead of Ciara Edwards for Afford Otters. Good to see them with a relay team down here at the National Championships from the northeast, of course. Just ahead of Mulgai and Bearsden and the Tynemouth team as the anchor swimmers go 1:22.88. Final swimmer for Dumfries is Eve White, quite an experienced swimmer, and she, sure you would think, is going to hold off Kayreen Kelly, although she's a pretty experienced swimmer as well, and she is closing a bit, but Eve has plenty of room in hand and will not be threatened, so she comes in 1:51.03, so sets the initial standard there. Second place Stirling with 1:51.47, because that's their Stirling Swim team, not the university team. Mulgai and Bearsden take third, 1:52.84. So 3 more races to go. We see Dumfries bringing it home. Eve White, 200 fly probably was her main event, but putting in a good show to anchor the leg there. The experienced swimmer on the anchor leg, with the youngsters putting her in a good position. On to heat number 2.
Great to see the team camaraderie between everyone, and relays always bring everyone closer together, and you're racing for a cause rather than racing for yourself.
And in this second heat, we've got West Lothian Juniors in 1, Lerwick in 2, City of Glasgow B team in 3, First Go in lane 4, Warrender Juniors in 5, City of Aberdeen Juniors in 6, Aberdeen Juniors in 7, and our St Thomas Junior team go in lane 8. Good start in lane 1, West Lothian. On the second leg, Karen Heath after a good start from Emma Govan. They're starting to come back at her though in lanes 4, 5 and 6. 4 is First, 5 Warrender, and you read Katie Smith, Madeline Toms for City of Aberdeen. And it looks like might be Warrender now. Good second leg from Katie Smith, 54.44. It's about a second now faster than the first heat. On to the third leg, we've got Katie Goodburn, a youngster, just 13 for Warrender. Next to her, Yasmin Perry for City of Aberdeen's just edged into second, I think, although First might disagree with that. Lauren Pirouet on the third leg for them. And they are all both, I think, closing in a bit on Warrender here. So pretty tight now as the final swimmers go in absolutely together. And that is Roisin Ramsey, we saw in superb form in the 400 freestyle earlier. And she'll be up against Alice Alcaraz. And on the other side, Chanel Snedden. So a good experienced swimmer anchoring the first team, but it looks like it's the youngster who's been on fire tonight, Roisin Ramsey, although Alice Alcaraz is pushing her all the way as they come to the finish. I think Roisin Ramsey will bring Warrender in, and she does indeed. 1:48.74, 1:49.12 for City of Aberdeen, just 100th ahead of First, 1:49.13. So around 2.3 faster than the first heat. So Warrender now top juniors and top overall with 2 races to go. We've got our last 3 junior teams go in heat 3. They're all going to be on the top of your screen once we get going. South Ayrshire, South Lanarkshire and Hearts. Hearts, of course, were very, very good yesterday in the medley relay, smashed the junior record. So we'll see what they can do on freestyle. They're probably not as strong on freestyle as they are on medley, where they've got the likes of fly specialist Kiana McInnes, backstroke specialist Lexi Waller. They're all going to have to do freestyle here tonight. But we'll see how they do.
So heat 3 will see the result of
the full field then. South Ayrshire juniors in 1, South Lanarkshire juniors in 2, Hearts juniors in 3, Warrender in 4, 5 is City of Aberdeen, 6 Dundee City Aquatic, 7 Mulgai and Bearsden and Aberdeen Dolphins in lane 8. And it's lanes 2 and 3 setting the early pace. Nikki Miller for South Lanarkshire against Lexi Waller for Hearts. Nikki Miller gives a slight advantage, 2/10 to South Lanarkshire, 26.45. She's handed over to Jenny Gilmore up against Anna McFarlane for Hearts, and then it's lane 5, City of Aberdeen with Caroline McIntosh. Caroline now pushing hard. Also coming up nicely in lane 7 is Emma Williams from Mulgai and Bearsden, but it looks like it's City of Aberdeen and South Lanarkshire very close there. Just 1400s, 54.37 was the split. It's Gaia Alcaraz for City of Aberdeen. For South Lanarkshire, Kate Saxon, Kiana McInnes for Hearts. These three now have a bit of space over Warrender in lane 4 and Mulgai and Bearsden in 7. It's still City of Aberdeen leading the way here. Jessica Thompson waits on the blocks to go in that green suit, suitably coloured for the green of City of Aberdeen. 121.43 their split, but a great handover from Hearts to Katie Taylor. She is their freestyle specialist, so she's entrusted with the anchor leg and looks to be doing her bit for the team. She's moved through ahead of South Lanarkshire and City of Aberdeen, so it's going to be another Hearts victory here. We'll keep an eye on the time. It's 1:48.04. It's not a Scottish junior record, but I think it will be the fastest. It certainly is the fastest junior team, so they're going to pick up their second junior gold medal, taking that last penultimate heat, 1:48.04. Second South Lanarkshire and third City of Aberdeen. So 1:48.04, but I think we can see something a lot faster than that, Robbie, in this next heat.
Yeah, I think so. We've got University of Stirling, City of Glasgow and Edinburgh University. Two teams in there, so very competitive within Edinburgh University. We've got one more team for the final heat, so those will be the ones to watch.
So Aberdeen University go in 1, South Aberdeenshire in 2, City of Glasgow in 3, University of Stirling in 4, Edinburgh University A team in 5, their B team in 6, Hoban Statons in 7, and City of Sunderland in lane 8. And at the moment it's Edinburgh University B team. Great start from Catherine Greenslade. So this is the script, Edinburgh University B team to be leading here. Or maybe it is, who knows, 25.65. So that is 8/10 faster than the previous heat, and another great takeover there, Anna Newlands. So this B team maybe, it's going to be tight here, I think. In fact, I'm getting it completely wrong. It is the A team, apologies. Anna Newlands on there for them. University of Stirling, Natasha Houghton on the second leg, and Aberdeen's with Kirsty Simpson going well in lane 1. So they are the top three, and it's Edinburgh University leading the way, 50.74 now. The halfway split, Tame Bruce on the third leg. Leads now with Stirling second, Aberdeen University third. Edinburgh University B team up there as well with Hayley Monteith, but it's Tame Bruce leading the way for Edinburgh University A team. The anchor for them, Lucy Hope. So they're in safe hands, you would think, here on the final 50 freestyle. Edinburgh University now 3 meters up. They are home and dry, you would think. Stirling and Edinburgh University B team second and third. I think that's going to be the order, although Camilla Hattersley for City of Glasgow putting in a late charge to try and get on the podium. But it's Edinburgh University who take it, 1:40 78, a new Scottish club record for them. So
Brilliant race. You can see as the heats got on, the skills just got better and better, and that's just plays such a key part in racing short course. Another great win for University of Edinburgh girls there.
University of Stirling second, and the Edinburgh University B team saw off that challenge from Camilla Hattersley for City of Glasgow to hold on to the bronze medal. All of them were faster than the previous heat, so they will be the 1, 2, 3. Of course, junior champions from Heat 3, Heart of Midlothian. So with our relay presentations to finish off the second evening, thoughts on tonight's performances, Robbie? Highlights?
Yeah, we had some really good races tonight. Of course, Duncan Scott was amazing, doing the 200 fly, which isn't normally his event, winning that along with the 200 IM. Very competitive times there. You know, that'll put him up with some of the best swimmers in the world. Female side, I think a standout would have been Camilla Hattersley in that 400 freestyle. Especially the way she attacked that first 100 was spot on. So many junior records getting broken as well, so that was another huge highlight. Great to see them getting smashed. That's what we want to see moving forward.
Yeah, some excellent stuff there. That's us. Sorry that you have to see us. Much rather, well, Robbie's okay, I suppose. Don't mind seeing him. We've enjoyed watching the performances tonight. As I said, still got our presentations to come, and we're looking forward to seeing the relay teams up on the podium. They always have fun up on the podium. There might just be a panda about. Keep an eye for that.
That's right. It looks like a good luck charm for the University of Edinburgh, wherever they found that panda from, maybe from the zoo. They seems to help the girls win them races, and it was actually a very exciting race between University of Edinburgh and University of Stirling in that men's 4x50, and if it wasn't for Duncan Scott at the end there, I don't think they would have won that race.
No, it was a superb final split from Duncan, capping off an excellent night's work, including that 200 butterfly new Scottish record, of course very close in the medley as well. So here come the male medalists. There are the Dolphins. AD, Aberdeen Dolphins. And the Aberdeen Dolphins team, Ewan Dunbar, Eddie Watson, Robert Price and Mark Campbell. Swimming for fun.
Silver
medalist, Edinburgh University. That was a great swim as well, really pushed hard. 1:27.57 their time. And the team, David Cumberledge, Kieran McGuckin, Greg Watson and Jack Thorpe. SASA President Liz Stewart doing the presentation here. Seem to have a slight problem fitting onto the podium here. Find a way. Always find a way. And the new Scottish club record holders, 1:27.19, University of Stirling. Callum Payne, Martin Walton, Jamie Graham and Duncan Scott. So 2 Irishmen, an Englishman and a Scotsman.
Great to see the team camaraderie behind the podium there. You know, these boys are having a good laugh here. I always remember the highlights of the Scottish Short Course Nationals actually being the relay teams, the great duels we would have between University of Stirling, University of Edinburgh. It was amazing. It was always the highlight for me, and it made all the hard training worth it, you know, when you can come together as a team and swim for each other.
Yep, so South Lanarkshire there, the junior champions in the male event, and that team Andrew McIntosh, Mark Hill, Dylan Somerville and Scott Gibson. See there the crowds largely have departed to get away and enjoy what's left of a Saturday night in Edinburgh. But we've got one more presentation to go. Just wait for them to get ourselves ready. I was thinking about great relay events. Wasn't there a University of Stirling dead heat?
Yeah, that's right. There was, I think that happened before, yeah. Pretty amazing. Get us all on gold medal, you know, can't complain, and it's super competitive within our club as well. And you just see that at University of Edinburgh as well. The girls are competing against each other and trying to get that club record at the same time.
And here come the girls onto the podium. And you can see the fun they're having. It's the Edinburgh University B teams are the bronze medalists, waiting to get their medal.
Edinburgh University B team.
And the team Lauren Mackenzie, Evie Edwards, Hayley Menteith, and anchored by Emily Jones. And they've had a very good night. At 100 IM, capping it off towards the end of the evening. Silver medalist, University of Stirling.
University of Stirling represented by
Danielle Joyce, of course, picked up that world deaf record at the beginning of the night. It seems quite a long time ago now. There she is at the back.
She's had many records this weekend so far, and one more day. Let's see how many more she can get.
Danielle Joyce, Natasha Houghton, Lauren Mills, and Erin Cummins, the four there. But the gold medalists, new Scottish club record, 140.78 for the Edinburgh University A team. Catherine Greenslade, Anna Newlands, Tane Bruce, and Lucy Hope. So a couple of new members of that team, Catherine and Anna, again attracting talent now from south of the border into the Scottish performance centres. And the junior team, a great talented bunch from Hearts: Lexi Waller, Anna McFarlane, Kiana McInnes, and Katie Taylor. So a double on the junior medals for them, double for Edinburgh University. And the seniors, double for University of Stirling and South Lanarkshire on the men. Of course, we've got 4x100 freestyle tomorrow night.
Yep, it's going to be a very, very exciting one. That extra 50 metres there is going to separate the men from the boys.
So that's it, Robbie. We're done for day 2. And I think we can just about sign off now. So from myself, Duncan McKinnell, from my co-partner, Robbie Rennick, from everybody at QTV Sports, we wish you a very good evening. We hope to see you again, same time tomorrow night.
Good evening.
Good evening from the Royal Commonwealth Pool.